Welcome to Community Partners Interview, where we explore the organizations, opportunities, and resources that look to make changes in our daily lives. I'm your host, Prateek Mohanty, and you're listening to Voices for Ability Radio, all abilities, all the time. Today, I'm joined by Leo Zachary, who is the Program Manager, Life Skills and Communication for the Autism Resource Center. Through programs and education that facilitate independence, Autism Resource Center supports autistic people in realizing their potential and participating in their communities. They envision autistic people being involved in their communities where they feel a sense of belonging and connection. Thank you for joining us today, Leo.
Thanks for having me, Prateek.
Tell us a little bit more about you and what inspired you to work at Autism Resource Center. Why work with individuals with disabilities?
Yeah, so when I entered university, I had thought that I wanted to become like a sports psychologist. I was really interested in helping people who felt, stuck where they were at, overcome the plateau of their training and that kind of idea. And when I was doing my undergrad, I had a really balanced degree in kinesiology where we had to do a lot of disability theory. And the professors that I had really inspired me through a social disability model lens to recognize how society and the built environment is what often disables people. And so when I was going into looking for jobs, I ended up reading more about ARC. And I had wanted to work at our summer program during COVID, but unfortunately, because of COVID, that didn't happen. And so the programs just really spoke to me because they support people to fill the gap that exists and that disables them. And it helps them to overcome that and be able to achieve the things that they want to and need to do on a daily basis.
That's great. So while doing my research, I saw that you have a couple of programs that you offer. Can you tell us a little bit more about these programs?
About which one, sorry?
I noticed that you have a couple of separate programs that you offer. Can you tell us a little bit more about the programs that you offer at ARC?
Yeah, for sure. So we do have three main program areas. The main population we work with is adults 18 to 35. And the three program areas we have for them are employment, life skills and social programming, and mental well-being. So in our employment program, we can work with members throughout their entire employment journey, whether it's looking at their employment skills and their strengths and their interests and seeing what kind of jobs might fit their interest best, to helping build their resume, applying for jobs, doing interview prep, and then getting on the job coaching, as well as training for their employers. In our life skills and social programs, we cover a really broad range of topics. Everything from, implementing routines to talking a little bit about like unmasking and how to come as your authentic self into daily interactions. We do talk about neurotypical social norms and, why certain things might be perceived in one way or another, and some different strategies you can try if you feel like, you want to try different things from a different angle. But we never force our members to change who they are. We always make sure that we reiterate, these are things that you can do if you feel like it would keep you safer in the moment, if you feel like it would help you connect with people in like the short term kind of thing. But also we always encourage like finding people that you feel accepted and safe with. But we also have like a cooking program that provides 1-to-1 and 1-to-2 support so members can get comfortable in the kitchen, get used to it. We run a ton of social programs. The one main one that I do is our social drop-in. So every week we do a different activity in the community, whether it's going out for dinner, going to sporting events, trying like air acrobatics. That's the very wrong term, but like aerial courses or different things like that. Just different events to be able to connect with people, try different things that they might not want to try on their own, but could do in a more supported environment. And then our mental well-being programs provide 1-to-1 and group support to discuss the day-to-day issues and work through some of those things that might be holding people back mentally.
That's fantastic. Could you give us a little bit on how do you get the general community to get involved in your goals here? I read something about taking action. How do you encourage community to come in and participate here?
Yeah, so ARC has a few different ways that we engage with the community. So first of all, through like our social programs, for instance, because they are in the community, we've built a lot of great community partnerships with different businesses and organizations who want to support ARC's mission, and see the growth and development of our members. One place, for instance, that comes to mind is a bowling alley in town here. The owner has been so welcoming and gracious to us for many years now. And almost every time I come in, she always points out a different member, and she always recognizes the growth that she's seen in them from one visit to the next. And it's really amazing to see these connections grow. Our members are always excited to go to these locations, to see the individuals who work there, to talk with them. And it really helps to grow the connections within our community. ARC also provides different educational opportunities for community organizations and individuals in the greater community. So we'll go out. We've done different training opportunities at the University of Regina, for instance. At the RCMP Training Depot, we've had a member go out with one of our staff, and they've talked about neurodevelopmental conditions. And we also have done different training with First Nations communities throughout the province. A few years ago, we were able to work on a project called Building Blocks with Cowessess First Nation, where we looked at autism from the Indigenous perspective, which was very cool. And then we also have like our summer program, which supports kids 7 to 21 and provides a bridge to fill the gap from one school year to the next through one-to-one support. And so that also builds a ton of community for us and connection, because those kiddos do a lot of different outings throughout the community. And every year we end up having like a walk where their family, their communities can come and join us to celebrate the community we have.
That's fantastic. Are there any restrictions to the services at Autism Resource Center, such as age, caregivers or family members only, things of that nature?
So our primary population is autistic adults 18 to 35. At this point, we do require a formal diagnosis because our core funding does come from our health region. And then we do have some youth programming, predominantly in the summer for kids 7 to 21, as well as we have a teen improv program that we run once in the fall and once in the winter terms. So yeah, we do have age ranges, but we kind of have programs that work for quite a wide range of the lifespan. And then we do also have a parent support group for our adult members, parents to participate in.
Fantastic. Well, without using any names, can you share a success story with us? What supports were put in place when someone asked help?
Yeah, for sure. One story that comes to mind is a member that one of my coworkers worked with through our independent living program. And so that program is a one-to-one support where members can come with their goals, and they'll break it down with our program manager to make it into a more manageable thing to achieve. And it can be very individualized based on what their interests are, what they're currently struggling with, whether it's, learning more about cleaning or cooking or routines. But this individual ended up saying to my coworker that ARC and their time in the independent living program is one of the only moments in their day that they can come and unmask and feel safe as who they are. And that's just something that's so important to myself to hear, that our members have that safe space and that they can truly feel at peace with who they are when they're at our programs.
That's great. Well, are there any events that are coming up for Autism Resource Center?
Yeah, later this summer on August 29th, we're doing our Walk the Talk for Autism in Regina. It'll be a fundraiser event, but also a community gathering. It was our 50th. It's our 50th anniversary this year. So our goal is to have a lot of fun different events at it, and it'll be about a 3K walk probably. We usually have about 175 people come out to that, and so if anyone wanted to join or donate, they can find out more about that on our website.
Perfect. Well, what is the one thing that you see happening over and over again to individuals with disabilities that shouldn't be happening? And how do you stop it?
I think underestimating and making assumptions about individuals with disabilities. I think that in the society that we live in, where our value is driven by what we can produce and how much we can bring in monetarily, it's really important to step back and question, why is that what we value, and what else can we value in the human beings that are around us. Everyone has such beautiful minds and unique personalities, and it's important to recognize our individual strengths and not undervalue those strengths just because a certain person can't, live up to the standards and the mold that we've been told everyone should be able to live up to. When realistically, that mold is very narrow and not very accepting of the human mind.
Agree. Well, if someone wanted to become a member or a volunteer with Autism Resources Center, what is the process for joining to become a member or a volunteer?
Yeah, so they could go to our website and we have a membership page. So we have two different types of memberships. We have our participating member, which is for our autistic adults, 18 to 35. And we have our advocacy member. And so there's an application form on the website for those. It's a $40 a year annual membership, but for our participating members, that gives them access to all of our programs at low cost, no cost.
Fantastic. What is the one thing that everyone needs to know about ARC?
Yeah, I think it's really important to recognize the value that each of our members adds and brings to our community, and how unique our community is because of those individuals and their individual strengths and perspectives and histories. And I think if you really want to understand the unique experience of the autistic mind, you can become a member and see the wide variety of individuals who make up such a wonderful community.
That's great. Well, if listeners are looking for more information, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, they can either visit our website, autismresourcecenter.com, or they could reach out by email at info@autismresourcecenter.com.
Perfect. That was all, Leo. Thank you so much. Thank you for lending us your time and attention. This was your host, Prateek Mohanty from V4A Radio, all abilities, all the time. Have a fantastic weekend ahead.